Third graders, we are going to be in our activity notebooks on page 13. Go ahead and open up to page 13 in your activity notebooks. Third graders, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this and we're going to go over it. So we have been learning recently about writing paragraphs. We learned that a good paragraph starts with what? Well, all sentences. Yes, that's a great point. It's going to start with capital letters. Grayson couldn't. He just had to say it. He's like, I know this. I'm telling you. Topic sentence, right? Great paragraphs are going to start with a topic sentence. And all sentences, Joey, are going to start with capital letters, right? So those are both really good things we're going to be looking at today. A topic sentence gives an idea what the paragraph is about. There are always going to be, or hopefully, additional sentences that provide details and that provide supporting. And topic sentence, sorry, I'm so lost. They provide details supporting the topic sentence, right? So you guys read about your animal and you were like, hey, an eagle's a bird. Who did that? Who wrote about eagles being birds? Hey, he's like on my brain today. Hey, eagles are birds. And then he gave his supporting sentences for these fabulous reasons about why eagles were birds. You guys just came off of doing it, and it was fabulous. And then what do we want at the very end of those paragraphs? The concluding sentence job is it kind of restates what that topic sentence was and might give a little more information or might kind of just wrap it up, right? But instead of just ending on, and my final reason, a bird is an eagle is they lay eggs and all birds lay eggs. I don't know if that's actually Grayson's final reason, but it's fine. Instead of just ending on that, you have that conclusion sentence that wraps it up. Hopefully now you understand why birds are eagles or something to that nature, right? A concluding sentence. It wraps it up. Turn and tell your neighbor what a concluding sentence does. 3, 2, 1. I want you to give yourself a minute or two, and I want you to read this letter on page 13 that we have out. Now, this is a letter from Mr. Mouse, and I want you to read it today. Just go ahead and read it. Just read this. I'll give you a moment. Page 13, my friend. Go ahead and read this letter from Mr. Mouse. We done with it? Good. Let's go ahead and put water balls on the ground. They're very much becoming a toy right now. Now, did you notice any problems with Mr. Mouse's letter? I see so many hands. Are there some serious problems with his letter? Yes. There sure are. We are going to look at some of the errors, and we are going to correct them together. Does that sound good? We're going to do it sentence by sentence. So we're going to start at the very beginning. You can put your hands on. I'm so glad you noticed those errors. And throughout this next piece, I'll call on friends to help us sentence by sentence. And we're going to check him or fix him on our error. We're going to make sure we're including commas, headings, whatever we need as we go through. You guys ready? You got your pencils out?
Yeah.
Fall off my chair.
You got pen to it now because I am.
Okay, you ready? We are starting with our very first piece here. The address label at the top.
Yeah, his name is.
Well, we're not going to assume his name is wrong because we don't know. Maybe he spells it weird. That is not how you spell mouse, though, is it? How do you spell mouse?
M-O-U-S-E.
So maybe we should fix it. Should we fix it?
Yes.
Let's fix it. Since that's one of our spelling words, cross out his name and write it correctly. But it's someone's name, so what do we know about it?
Capitalized.
Very good. Now we come down. Your classroom wall, Mouseland, USA, September 13, 2011. What else do we need to fix in this? Grayson. Well, we are going to get there. We're going to do this one little piece at a time. Sound good? So we need to. That's weird. I'm going to give you one. You ready? September 30th. after we write the date, after the thing, what do you guys notice up on our date? We put a comma. After your date, include a comma. Go ahead and add it in. Now we're going to come down to our first piece. Oh, there's his name again. Whenever you come across his name, fix it. Now we're down at dear friends. What do we notice about dear friends? Zena. Very good. Any greeting needs to start with that capital letter, and this one is no exception. So this needs to be a capital letter. Do you know how to edit it to make it capital? Yeah. We do 3 lines underneath it. So make it capital. Say that with me. Make it capital. Fabulous. Dear friends. Brock. It is actually indented because if you look over here, you see how this is for further back. But Brock, I love that you notice it needs to be indented. Great job. Our next one is, I have been listening to your teacher tell you all about real life animals for the last few weeks. I love learning about animals because I am one, and I know you have met my relatives Rattenborough. Joey. It does not start with a capital letter. Not only is the word I not capitalized as a first letter, but anytime you write I by itself in a sentence, you're referring to yourself. It's your very own name, pretty much. So you need to make sure it's capitalized. I have been listening. What would come next, Claire? Where would that period go, though? I have been listening to your teacher tell you about real animals for the last few weeks. I love learning about animals because I am one. I know you have met my relative, Rattenborough. What? Fabulous. So our first sentence needs punctuation. She said after weeks. Put it and circle it so it makes it real emphasized we need it. I have been listening to your teacher tell you all about real animals for the last few weeks. We do need punctuation in that, third graders, and that's a really great place where Claire had to stop and reread it to find where that natural pause is. We had, I have been listening. What have I been doing? Been listening to your teacher tell you about real life animals for the last few weeks. Subject and predicate. Good. Grayson, what else do we know? What's next? What do we need to do? We put punctuation, so we need to make sure we capitalize it. Not to mention, it's I all by itself, so we need to make it capital. What do we need to do?
Make it capital.
Perfect. I love learning about animals because I am one. I know you have met my relative Rattenborough. Chloe.
So when you go all the way to I love learning about animals because I am one.
And what about it?
I think it needs to go. I love learning about animals because I am one too.
Okay. But then what? It actually sounds good the way it is because I am one. But why do you keep pausing there? Why do you keep stopping there?
Because
it needs punctuation. Very good. That is exactly where we need it. Now, she was saying she thought it needed because I am one, or she was thinking it needed to be like I am one also. So that would be a good thing to add, but it's okay the way it is. We definitely need punctuation though, okay? Notice he did capitalize some of the I's in here. I know you have met my relative, Rattenborough. Haley.
that is spelled.
That is spelled wrong.
He's not saying, no, you can't do that. He's saying, I know.
Yep. Aiden, I really hope you're doing it with us, or this just goes home. I know. And this is what Grayson was mentioning to start until I said, no, you have to do it in order. That's perfect. So we cross it out and we spell it correctly underneath. How do we spell the no in our brain? Say it for me.
K-N-O-W.
I know you have met my relative, Rattenborough. Good. Joey. Fabulous. Nice job. Punctuation at the end of the sentence. Next piece. I thought I would write a report about animals and leave it here for you to read. Go ahead and edit that piece on your own. Add punctuation, Add capital letters where it would need to be for just the sentence. I thought I would write a report about animals and leave it here for you to read. I want you to count how many times did you need to capitalize something in that sentence. Go ahead and count. Show me on your fingers how many times do we need to capitalize something? What was the words that needed capitalized?
Eyes.
Both of them were eyes, right? I thought I would write a report about animals and leave it here for you to read. What do we need?
Period.
We need sort of punctuation. We're going to do a period at the end. Very good. Our next sentence. I had trouble writing my report. My sentences seem to be out of order. Can you help me? Help me out with this one, Viola. What do we need? Capital letter on I had trouble writing my report. My sentences seem to be out of order. Can you help me? Griffin.
I think writing is wrong.
Nope, that one's good. We do want the W. W-R-I-T, is that writing?
Oh, period after order.
After what?
Order. Out of order.
Okay, so he said, I had trouble writing my report. My sentence seemed to be out of order. Okay, I would say that's fine, but we're missing something before then. There's something else we need before then. Haley. No, we're actually going to do the punctuation. I had trouble writing my report, period. Short sentence. After period, what do you need?
Capital letter.
My sentences seem to be out of order. If we put a punctuation there, what do we need after punctuation? Can you help me? What do we need?
Question mark.
We need punctuation, but we need it specific. Can you help me? What type of a sentence is that? It's a question, so we need to end it in a question mark. Thank you so much. What do we need? Punctuation, a period. Now look at that word sincerely. It's very well done for a closing, but it needs a capital letter. Mr. Mouse. Anytime you have an abbreviation, it needs capitalized. And his name needs capitalized and spelled correctly.
Mr. Mouse.
Third graders, this is what editing looks like. And this is how we write a friendly letter. Sound good? Perfect. Nice job with it.